So today on Tidying with Tanya, I'm just going to take you through some few tips and tricks about organising your fertiliser and your weed killers and pest control that you use in your garden, particularly if you have limited space, you don't have a shed, or you may have limited space in your garage. So yeah, so hold on and I'll give you some tips and tricks on that. First tip is to ensure that you actually separate your fertilizer, so your feed that you give your plants, and that's fertilizer and feed, from your weed control and pest control. They're two very different things, and it's very important that you keep them separated so you don't accidentally muddle them up and end up poisoning your plants. Anyway, so yeah, it's very important to keep these separate. So the first thing to do is to separate them into two different piles. Second step, which is more of a tip, is to ensure that where you've made up some, say for instance sprays, that you put the name on the container and the dilution. I find that really handy, especially if you may have an old bottle and you're not sure what your dilution is. So I've done that on these ones here, and I've also done that on plant food that I use from my bokashi, just so I know the ratio that I use on that as well. Okay, so the next step is to simply find your container for each of your products. So I've got my weed and pest control labelled here, and so I'll pop into this container all my weed and pest control, and on this side I have got fertiliser, so I will put all my fertiliser into that one. Final step is just to make sure you pop everything up high. So for us, we've made some shelving in our garage, and we have put both the weed and pest control up high, which is really important, particularly if you've got young'uns around. And then we've got our fertiliser up high as well, and I just pop my watering can in there, and I know where I can grab everything.